This is why you do not do cardio before weights. Watch this.
You never, ever, ever, ever do cardio before weights. It creates the hormone production of fat burning, which we call catabolic. So what the worst thing you could do is like Orange Theory, some of these others where you go back and forth. Because you're confusing the body.
Did you know that?
Because what happens is, if you do cardio, your body's starting to secrete the catabolic hormone to burn fat. What happens is, as soon as you start lifting weights, it stops the secretion of the fat burning and then starts secreting just anabolic.
Okay.
Then if you do weights and then go back and do the treadmill like the Orange Theories or some of these others, then it shuts off the production of anabolic, go back to catabolic. So what you're better off to doing is the anabolic exercise, which is the weight resistant movements first. After 20 minutes, your body starts to dip into the fat stores and will also burn the glycogen. But the first 20 minutes, your body is only burning glycogen.
Wow.
Okay? So
really
why not use the first 20 minutes for that glycogen for the weights, because it's more intense. By the time you get done with 45 minutes of exercise, your body is burning 70% fat at that point and 30% of the glycogen. So basically, you go to higher fat burning the longer you go. So that means if you do the cardio towards the end, you're all burning fat, baby.
For a moment there, the guy had me convinced there's a hormone called catabolic. There are actually multiple catabolic hormones, and in combination they do initiate glycogen breakdown in the liver. But if you're not in a caloric deficit, at the end of the day, it won't matter. You won't lose any fat, irrelevant of when you do cardio. And yes, the numbers and percentages he was throwing around are pulled straight out of the ass. If you're talking strictly in terms of fat loss, when you do cardio, it doesn't really matter. Because at the end of the day, cardio is just a way to burn more calories. It's a way to increase expenditure, to make sure you stay in a deficit or increase overall deficit. But the only thing you have to worry about, if your goal is fat loss, is being in a caloric deficit. The only reason why I usually don't recommend doing cardio before lifting is because there's a slight chance of performance interference. Obviously, if you just do 5 to 10 minutes of light walk on a treadmill, nothing will happen. But if you do something a little bit more intense form of cardio, such as jogging, sprinting intervals, rowing, there's a chance it'll negatively affect your performance during the lifting session, and that's something you don't want. Primarily because some of those conventional forms of cardio bring muscle damaging component to the table. But again, if we're talking strictly in terms of fat loss, when you do your cardio, it doesn't really matter if you do it before or after the lifting session. And if you do it after the lifting session, no, you won't necessarily burn more calories or fat. If you're talking about the same type of cardio done at the same intensity for the same amount of time.